So today I'm going to go over the 4 biases and give a personal example. I'm going to talk about them and then give a personal example of what that looks like for my life. So the first one is confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is basically already having a preconceived idea or notion and basically having like a bias, or you have a bias and you're trying to find something to back up your bias. So rather than going for the statistics, you're just looking for something that backs up your own theory. An example of this is whenever I drink coffee, I always think it helps me like lock in, which it might, but in my head, if I ever have a good like study session after drinking coffee, then I always give coffee the credit rather than maybe some other external force. The second bias is the representation bias. So with this bias, it basically is there's already a stereotype or existing mental image of something rather than statistics that you're actually depending upon. So for example, I run track, and whenever I see another athlete, depending on what they look like, I, in my head, will determine whether they're fast or not. And this stereotype, even though it might be subconscious or conscious, if I'm competing against them or just watching, it's not always accurate. Just because someone looks fast doesn't mean they're always fast. Just because someone doesn't look fast doesn't mean that they aren't like really good competition. That's an example of that. The next one is the illusion of control. So illusion of control is basically thinking that you have a certain control or influence over something that's beyond your control. Easy example of this is, once again, with track, I always wear these same spikes, and I've done this for pretty much my whole track career. And in my head, this always gives me good luck, but in the end, like, I actually don't have control over that, and it's not actually the spikes obviously that give me that luck or get me to run faster, but in my head that's just like kind of how it works. And then the last one is the escalation of commitment. So this is continuing a behavior commitment even when you put in time and effort and clearly it's not actually working. Another easy example of this is I started getting into Friends. As y'all know, there's like 6 seasons of them, and I kind of fell off of it, or I wasn't as interested in it, but I still kept watching it because I wanted to just finish kind of what I had started watching, even though like it wasn't really worth my time in the end. Love Friends, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it kind of draws out. So that's just kind of an example of staying committed even whenever it kind of feels like you're not really getting anywhere with anything. So there you go.